course, I've been leaving my shit down here. This guy. So you might have an old Tinyhawk lying around, and you don't really use it. You don't really do much with it. This video is for all of you, because today we're gonna put EmuFlight on it, and we're gonna figure out how all of that works, and I'm gonna show you that. That's what we're doing. Okay, so the main thing you need to do is you need to get EmuFlight configurator. Okay, this is the main thing you need. You just search for the EmuFlight configurator, download. It's on GitHub. There's a couple of different GitHub pages, and some of them will take you different places. A lot of people on their tutorials, they put the wrong links. I'm going to do my best to put the correct links. These are what you're looking for. You're looking for these. Obviously, just choose whatever operating system you're on and go from there. If I have to explain that to you, you're not in the right video. So we're moving on. So if you've never done, okay, this is a problem I ran into. If you've never done flashing any firmware onto your boards before, okay, it's by Impulse RC. These guys here, Impulse RC. Okay, so you want this thing here. You want the driver fixer. Again, I will leave a link to this in the description, or at least I will do my best to leave a link to this page. That's what you want. Download that. Fix your drivers. It has to do with the pin things. It has to do with the pins. Whatever. I'm gonna explain that somewhere else. Okay, so once you fucking connect your drone into EmuFlight configurator, well, there's a couple of things you want to do. First off, your first time connecting, assuming you've done the driver fix already, the first thing you want to do is you want to hit connect. Okay, now mine's already running EmuFlight. You will not see this screen. What you will see though is it's going to kick you, if you're still running Betaflight, it's going to kick you directly to the CLI here. And in the CLI, okay, all we're going to do here in the CLI, so we're going to put it into bootloader mode, and this will only work properly if you've installed the driver fixer. So again, do the driver fixer. Okay, we're just going to type BL and then hit enter, and you'll see that immediately just takes us out, and now the drone here has stopped blinking. That means it's in bootloader mode, and we can go ahead and come here to our firmware situation, and we can flash whatever we want. Now the drivers and shit here are correct. Okay, so for the Tinyhawk, the original Tinyhawk, okay, I don't know about any other Tinyhawks, I just know the original Tinyhawk is this one, because I looked at it, and it's working, and like, yep, I did it. MATEK F411RX. I used the F411 before, without the RX, and it didn't fucking work. Once you have flashed it, and you've gotten the green, the green down there, here we go. And again, this is all just stuff specifically for the Tinyhawk, just because it's a really popular drone, and I don't think anybody's gone through the trouble of making this video yet, so I'm just doing it for the people. Okay, make sure that your shit is set to SPI-RX. FR Sky D is going to put it in D8 mode. That's the mode that the fucking Tinyhawk uses. Good job. Other things that I did to get it to work, I turned off telemetry. I read somewhere that I should try doing that, so I did it. I'm not sure if that affected it, but like fucking who cares? It's working. I'm not touching it. What else? Okay, yeah, everything else is default. Everything else was default. I didn't do anything to the fucking port. It was literally just that. So I had to, yeah, do that. And this is cool. This cinematic yaw thing, this here, that's like a really cool feature that I wanna look into. I wanna try that out. I've got so many things I want to try out. The last thing is, once you get EmuFlight installed on here and you want to fly it, you're gonna have to bind your receiver, which really isn't too bad, but it did sort of trip me up for a whole second, so I'm going to talk about it here. I was used to having to hold down the bind button, which is, well, let's see if we can get it to focus. That's it, that's the bind button. Located catty corner to the leads for the to the power. So you hit the bind button once you've plugged a battery in. You can just plug in a battery, press and hold the bind button. Maybe it's like press and hold, like click and then press and hold or something. I'm not entirely sure, but I just like sort of plugged it in eventually and I pressed and holded it, and that did the trick. It put it into bind mode and it bound directly to my controller, and then I didn't have any more issues with binding. The reason why I bring this up is because I was used to binding, and you might be used to binding your built-in receivers this way as well. I was used to binding via the CLI, using the bind_RX_SPI. And that would just put my shit into bind mode, and that was totally fine. But now it doesn't work like that, and now it works fucking stupid. So, well, not now. Like EmuFlight fucking doesn't have a bind RX command. It's a pain in the ass, but hey, what you gonna do? So that's how we have to bind for our Tinyhawk specifically.
Fuck, do I have to set up my modes? Yeah, I didn't do any of the basic setup. I'm kidding.
We're about to fly EmuFlight
For the first time ever. Woohoo! Okay. Now I think my camera angle is a little bit lower, so that's not ideal. I think I accidentally popped it into the second spot there. Whoa. Okay. This... Alright, it already says low battery, so this isn't a great test. My first impressions, though, are... Okay.
RF signal low.
Okay.